Welcome, friends. I am Johanna Beebe. I am a retired music teacher, and I am here to introduce you to a delightful instrument called the mountain dulcimer. The mountain dulcimer was developed in the Appalachian Mountains from settlers there from Scotland, Ireland, and England. They wanted it to imitate the bagpipes. So we'll show you a lot of different songs. There's quite a variety. They're easy to play, and they're fun, and they sound good. The next one that I am playing is Old Joe Clark, and some of you might know that as a American folk song that's fun to play and to sing. The shape of the dulcimer mostly come in this one that is has the curve in it. Some are what we call teardrops. They're kind of oval, or they come in a rectangle shape that I have here. You hold them in your lap. Today, for demonstration purposes, I have them on a table. They can be on a table. Sometimes it's easier to do that at first. To play them, you can either use your fingers or you can use what we call a noter, that what makes the melody, or a pick. The pick, of course, is to strum it. The first string, the bottom string, what I call toward me, is what they call the melody string. There's two other strings that never change. You don't use them for the melody. They call what we call a drone. That's what makes it sound like the bagpipe. You notice in the background. They have metal bars on them. I don't know, can you see that? They have metal bars, and between the bars, it's called frets, and that would be like the notes on a piano. So each one of these spaces in between has a different sound. And it is the sound like if you would say do, re, mi, it uses those tones. And so you'll say, well, I can't play music, I can't read music. You don't have to read music. What we do is we have numbers to start with. And the numbers respond to what would be the do, re, mi's. Only you say 1, 2, 3. So it's very easy to start. Now, as you get more prolific and can play more difficult music, then you do have music that's written like this, and it has the actual notes and the rhythm. When you use the numbers, you pretty much have to know the song so you know the rhythm of what it is. They use it in churches, in homes, and this one you'll recognize, Amazing Grace. The songs with the dulcimer are often used in popular music. Dolly Parton and Brian Jones from the Rolling Stone have used them in their music. And there's a very common, popular one that I'm sure you know. It's taken from the folk song Lee. And I will let you listen to it before I tell you who has done it and see if you can tell. If you thought it was Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley, you were right. Not long ago on Hallmark movie they had at Graceland, they played that song. It is one of his most popular ones. The next one is a folk song, another love song that was taken from the folk style, and there's two versions they say that this song was from. One, it's about the beautiful Shenandoah River and the Blue Ridge Mountains, and the other is they think a trader fell in love with one of the chief's daughters, a Native American chief's daughter, the chief was named Shenandoah. And so this is Shenandoah. As I mentioned to you, they use a scale that we say do, re, mi, and they use the numbers 1, 2, 3 with the song. But again, they only play on the bottom string, the first string. That is what makes your melody, and as you notice, I move this. Now you can also just pluck it if you would like. And you can tell that, you have to get your fingers straightened out for that. As you notice, my one finger is already sore enough that I don't always press it down as hard, so you have to get used to that. The other two, as I mentioned, are drones. Now this is called a mountain dulcimer or Appalachian dulcimer. It has 3 strings. There is another one that you may have heard of. It's called the hammered dulcimer. And you layer it flat, but it's about this big and it has a lot of strings on it. And so they use, of course they call it hammered, so they use a little hammer. This little thing has a head on it, and they tap it with the hammer. Much more complicated to play. But they use it oftentimes in jazz quartets, or like if you go into a lounge or dinner where they want background music, they may use something like that. This one is usually in craft fairs, individuals. There's a group in Norwalk that meets and plays the dulcimer. I have a group here before the COVID that we played the dulcimers. There were approximately 8 to 10 in our group. and we played like at the Revolutionary War enactment. We've played at the Senior Center, and it's a nice small group to be able to play with somebody. It's also nice just to play by yourself as a nice relaxing way to go. We have these advertisement time. We do have these at the library. Now these are made out of cardboard and they have a very nice resonant sound. Most of the dulcimers are made out of wood, but the cheaper the wood, it can warp and you don't get that nice full sound that you can get with the cardboard. They start at around $125 and go up to $800, depending on the person that builds it. If you have a master performer, of course they'll charge more. If you get it at a place that is known for discounts, of course they'll use the cheaper wood. These start at $50, and there are different businesses where you can buy them, or you can also, if you just like to listen, you can find places to listen. There's vinyl. I guess they call record players vinyl now. CDs on YouTube. You can see beginning lessons if you would like to sometime when the COVID slows down. Come to the library and try one of ours. The Friends of the Library have bought several that you are willing to, we're willing to have you use. And it's a really enjoyable program to have and to enjoy just on your own. This one is Ode to Joy. I think it's a Beethoven classic piece, but they use it a lot in the advertisements that you see on TV, so I'm sure you will recognize it. Well, it is time to say goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed the sound and maybe take a chance and try it. If you have questions, you can ask at the front desk, and they can call me if you want to have me show you the first time. Or it doesn't take long. You'd be surprised in a half hour you'll be playing lots of songs. So enjoy your day, and hopefully you will become interested in our mountain dulcimer.